All right, guys, I don't know if you guys follow the EV market here in China and what the cars are being sold here, but there's a 100-pound gorilla that just entered the EV price war game. I can confidently say that this car is one of the best cars for the price that it's offering. And I want to make it very clear, all right? I'm not saying that this car is better than NIO. What I'm saying is that it's undeniable that some customers that wanted to buy a NIO may potentially choose this car. I personally would always choose a NIO over any other competitor because of battery swap. But we got to understand what makes this car so insane. It's mind scratching. The people here in China have gone crazy. You see a lot of Chinese content creators here in China flipping tables because it's absolutely crazy what this car offers at what price point. And even a lot of NIO owners are flipping the table because they're like, what the hell, man? How can they have such a product at such a cheap price? And people are losing their shits. And this could potentially hurt sales. I don't want to sugarcoat things. It's just the way it is. All right. It is, of course, the IMLS6, which has taken the whole entire Chinese EV market and automobile market by complete storm at offering at such a low price with such top tier specs, 305 kilometers per hour maximum speed tested on track. They labeled the top speed at 250 kilometers per hour, but they actually achieved 305 kilometers per hour top speed on a closed track. And this was a new record for any Chinese domestic made SUV. The acceleration is also quite nuts, 3.48 seconds from 0 to 100, whereas a NIO EC6 can only do 4.4 seconds. And just wait until you see the prices, all right? So at the launch event, you got the CEO of IM Motors, and they talk about how pre-orders have already broken 30,000 pre-orders. Now, I don't want to call them a NIO copycat, but a lot of the things they do is very similar to NIO. Even the way the layout of the app is, it's very reminiscent, and we know what they're aiming at. And so they first talked about a lot of the autonomous driving stuff. They talked about how their autonomous driving is 3.2 times what the standard is. And the most important takeaway, like none of this really matters. The most important takeaway is the price point, super cheap, but it comes standard with LiDAR and an Orin X chips. One Orin X chip, all right, on all vehicle models. And I think the biggest guide to take damage from this is, of course, Xpeng G6. They talked about how they're going to be in the future be able to do NOA autopilot without maps. And then they talked about design and interior, how they have this kind of screen layout. And the biggest feature, I think, with this screen is that if you combine it with a yoke, you get very good vision. But also, this is what they showed off, is if there's poor visibility, like heavy rain, the dash can showcase what's in front of you, essentially giving you a good view of the traffic and everything, even if you can't see anything through the windshield. So that's pretty insane. That's a nice feature to have. And I mean, like, all of this is cool, and then they talk about how they have an AI voice assistant and a lot of AI stuff incorporated into the car, and there's lots of cool stuff you can do. There's also one of my favorite features is actually the magnet system on the rear passenger seats. So it's on the front seats, on the back of the front seats, and you can attach like little attachments like lights and attach a tablet. And the whole entire car, 900 volt architecture, and then maximum speed is 875. The motors are also quite intense, 579 kilowatts, 800 newton meters, 3.48 seconds, 0 to 100, and then 21,000 max RPM, which is apparently a new high for Chinese EV technology. Whew, that's very interesting. And that's the speed limit that they said, 252, but actually, we did 305 on the track. And They, of course, had to throw shade and say, hey, we're the first company to get over 300 for an SUV here in China. And then they have very fast charging. 15 minutes, you get 500 kilometers, 5 minutes for 200 kilometers. And they have the cheaper variant, 500 volt, which also is okay, 5.9 seconds acceleration, single motor, rear wheel drive. And the prices are going to be revealed later, which it just blows my mind, blows everybody's mind. It's absolutely crazy. You guys got to see the prices of this thing. And then they talk about the operating system, all sorts of cool stuff, the design. Yeah, take a look. Yep, that's the thing. That right there, you saw that, right? That's what I think a lot of NIO owners wanted. Something on the back to be able to attach a tablet to, and also tables, accessories, etc. A lot of things are standard on this car, and then the prices, oh my god, look at that. The best variant you can get, 276.9k RMB, and then you got the long range 900 volt variant, 258.9k, and then you got the standard variant, right? Pretty cheap. And then the entry level, 214.9k RMB. Holy moly, that's so damn cheap. So speaking of prices, yeah, it comes standard with Orin X and LiDAR on all vehicle models. That's insane. And their autonomous driving solution is also completely free. And because they're both coupe SUVs, we're going to compare it to the EC6. And if you look at the prices, both of them with 100 kilowatt hour battery pack, 21-inch wheels, and also black color. And you can see the differences in price. Pretty darn dramatic difference in price. I would still pick NIO, of course, but you can't say the same for all the consumers out there. All right. For me, I just really like this weird design. Look at that. You can have different attachments on the back. Also have a screen. Very cool. But just take one last look at this car. I mean, it's hard, guys. I mean, like, this is what you're up against, man. This is what you're up against. And you want me to say it's not going to hurt NIO's sales? I can't say it won't do that. But I will try my very best to get people to buy a NIO. So guys, that of course was the LS6. I mean, if people were on a budget and you want the cheapest car with the best specs, perhaps you might choose this car. But what would you choose? NIO, a NIO EC6 or NIO ES6, or the LS6? Let me know in the comments down below. And could you believe it? The marketing for this car, they said they are the best 6 out there. Isn't that directly saying that they're better than the ES6 or the EC6? As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.